Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Right? Today we'll see a bracelet project. Basically, I have here some 8 mm amethyst gemstone. This was from Beadbox Bargain subscription, and then I have some 8 or seed beads in purple, and then light lilac AB finish, and then I have some 18 gauge bronze beading wire. So this is what I have, and we are going to make a bracelet out of this. And for that, I'm gonna take here, you can also do this with nylon chop pliers, sorry, with 20 gauge wire. I'm so sorry. And you can also do it with 20 gauge wire as well, but I would like to do with 18 gauge because it's a little bit more sturdier than the 20 gauge. And I'm not so sure. Okay, there is my nylon chop pliers. So, and then tools wise, we need nylon jaw pliers, round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, needle nose pliers, and wire cutters. If you have the bail making pliers, you can use that, or you can use your round nose pliers, it doesn't matter, or you can use anything which is in round in color. So this is a bit wonky and it's not getting straight, so I'll just snip this off right here. I'll use this piece for some other project. I always save my scraps. And then we need a ruler. So I'm gonna take about, say, 12-inch piece. So this is the bead mix that I used, and I'm gonna make a 12-inch piece, and then I'm gonna take some 24-inch piece. So I'm just going to straighten my wire. It is long, so that's 12 and 12. Okay, here I have my 24-inch wire, and then I'm going to fold it into half, and then I'm going to take my bail making pliers. You can also take a pencil or a pen or something like that, and just make a big loop. So this bigger loop should be good enough, and then you can straighten the wire with your needle nose pliers. In my case, I'm using a tweezer nose pliers, and just like that. You don't have to crisscross the wire per se, but you can just have it right next to it, just like that. And then kind of hold it together, I would say. So this is what I have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add my short tail, which is a 12-inch wire, to this. It is 18 gauge, so it's a little bit tough, but you can get it work for you with your pliers. Okay, I made 3 wraps, and then I'm just going to bring the last one right here, and then I'm gonna, okay, this is what I have. This is my short tail, which is going on the right. I hope I didn't go off the camera that much. So if not, I just made loop, like 3 loops, and the 4th one is coming like this with my short the 12-inch tail, and this is my 24-inch wire bent together in the middle and made a loop. And I'm bringing this short tail wire also in the middle of these 2 wires, just like that, and I'm going to straighten that out. You can use your nylon jaw pliers to straighten this wire out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it like this and work with this. I'm going to add a small 8 seed beads, and then I'm going to snip off this amethyst. Then I'm going to take some beads down. The colors are not very great in this mix, so I'm just going to pick up the beads which is good for me. Then I'm going to add a A2 seed bead. You can add any kind of bead you want as long as it fits in the hole, and this 8mm can be replaced by 6, 4, depending upon what you have available in your stash. So I have this 3 beads lined in the center wire. One wire I'm going to take it down and then come like this, then come on top like that. So I'm just going to cinch these together and take this up and bring it down. Make sure this covers the beads and then bring it down. Just like that. I'm going to keep it like this so that I can work with it nicely. Make sure it's tight. As far as now it's a little bit loose. If it's tight, it will look nice. And pull this. So this is what I have so far. You can actually pull this and make this kind of, make it around the bead kind of. And now I'm ready to add the next one in the center wire. My 8-aught seed bead. Then I'm going to add this, actually I'm going to add this lilac color bead, 8-aught, for the next set. It's just a variation that I'm going for. You don't have to do it whichever pattern you like. If you want to skip the 8-aught seed bead, that's also fine, and then put 6-aught seed beads, that's also totally fine, whichever you have available. And then now the same thing, I'm just going to go underneath the center wire and then come up. While making that, I want it to be surrounded, the bead to be surrounded, and then there should be a little gap, and this one goes on top. So I just want to bring this around the bead, but I want it to go on top like that, and then nestle between the 8-0 and the other wire, and then go underneath. There we go. So the next wrap is done, and this is what I'm gonna do for the entire thing. I'll just back up a little bit up so that I don't hit the camera that much with the long wire. So sorry about that. Here is what I have so far, and if you want to straighten your wire, do it with the nylon jaw pliers. Okay, the next I'm gonna pick up is a purple 8-odd, and then an amethyst 8mm, and then a purple 8-odd seed beads. And then you can see this wire is coming on top, so I'm putting that underneath. Okay, I'm just going to go underneath the center wire right here, and then I'm just wrapping it in the center wire. I'm not touching the left wire. So I'm taking it, and then I'm coming on top, and then I'm securing it on the top like that. And then taking the left wire, coming up before the 8-odd and the other wire, and then going down that way. And this way. So as you can see, as we do the wraps, it becomes consistent. And now the next one, I'm gonna go ahead and add the lilac bead and an amethyst and the lilac. Okay, and again, so this wire is coming on top here, so I'm just going to take it underneath and then come up just like that, and this one goes on top. Just push that and push this together, then go underneath. So it just has to circulate the bead, that's all. It has to form a shape around the bead. That's all we are aiming for. And then if it is a little bit wonky or it is not okay sitting, just go ahead and make use of your pliers and then cinch it. And there we go. Make sure it's tight. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the next bead. Next set of 3 beads, 8-0, 8mm and 8-0. This one is coming on the top, so I'm going down. And then coming up. Okay, then I'm gonna take the left wire, go on top, right next to the 8 seed bead, and then go down and come back to the other side. Okay, then the lilac seed bead, $8mm, and again an 8. Some 8 doesn't fit, that's okay. Choose another bead, that's all. I'm going underneath. So if you use check class beads, they have pretty much uniform hole size. That'll help you. And here we go. So let's make sure these are good. And there we go. And then I'm just going to put let's measure this. This is already what, around 3 3/4 inch, and I'm gonna make 7-inch bracelet, and then some for the clasp. To actually, we're going to make the clasp in this wire itself so that it come and fits this loop. So I'm gonna make more and then see you guys. So here I am. I did do about 7-inch of the bracelet. So this is where I am. I'm gonna add the last bead, just the bead. Actually, I'm gonna add one of the purple 8 seed bead, and then an 8mm. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this wire about, say, this much into a U, and then I'm going to take my nylon gel pliers and squish this U a little bit so that the wires are side by side. Just like that. And then snip off this excess wire right here before the bead, and go ahead and straighten this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this wire and wrap it around twice or so, just like that, and then snip off this excess wire right here, and then bring the other wire and then do the same, wrap it around a couple of times, and then snip off the excess wire. I'm just going to tighten the wrap and tuck in the tail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten this bracelet. Take my round nose pliers and then bend this wire just like so, into a question mark. Adjust your loops. If it is coming a little bit up, just make sure it's nice. And then the hook is there. So we got the bracelet ready actually. So all we need to do is take something round. I'll take my selenite tower and selenite tower actually, and then I'm gonna just make it into a round shape. Just bend the bracelet a little bit, not a lot. So you can also bend it with your hands. And there we have our bracelet, nice and ready. So that's our bracelet. Make sure it's nicely flat, and there we go. I like to put my bracelet like this, not very close to my wrist. So I like this size. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week, and it comes at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have scheduled it like that. If you guys want to know that time. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family. Bye.